Hi everybody, welcome inside ROC Penshurst, and I'm with Ginge, who is the owner, and we've kindly had special permission to visit. Sophie is just in the background taking some photos as well, and there's a guest book. So we just want to say massive thanks, mate, for allowing us to sort of do this. You've, like I said, you own this one, and you said there's another one that you own, obviously, up in Cumbria as well, which is fantastic. And we worked out that you've owned this since 2017, roughly. You've got a new vent as well, which we'll show later down. You've just put down for the for the grill, just down there as well, which is really good. What year was this again, everybody? Can't remember me.
63 to 91.
63 to 91. Is that correct? Yeah. So, and the thing that we didn't know about today, which is really cool, I didn't know or wasn't aware of, is that the bed is original, isn't it? The bunk bed. What else is original in here?
Most of the stuff you see is original.
Yeah.
I did have a lot more original stuff.
Okay.
Although I sold that, and I had all the sensors from up on the surface.
Yeah.
And some of them were extremely hard. Expensive to start with.
Yeah,
and hard to get hold of. So yeah, you can see most of the original.
Incredible.
Table and stuff.
Yeah.
Still an old map thing.
It's remarkable.
Yeah.
But you said that the grill is being custom made now,
yes,
the new one. So that's really it. And apart from probably the sump, which isn't there anymore, it's pretty much most of everything is really in there, isn't it, as well?
This is the.
Oh, that's yeah. Oh, hang on a sec.
The previous owner cleaned it up.
Yeah.
And
with a handle,
it's not in situ at the moment.
No, of course. And really, this was the basic layout, and we were sort of saying that. When you're in here, actually, believe it or not, because as a recording, this will be the 30th ROC post I've done. That obviously, if you check out the playlist, you can see lots of different ones in various conditions. But this is actually, ironically, I was sort of saying, so this is my most local ROC post, which is bizarre because it's not only the best condition one that you're going to see, but it's also just the ironicness of, like, I've travelled many a distance to try and record some, not as far as your Cumbria one, mate, but and obviously we've also had the privilege of talking to Nick Hatford, who'd actually recorded it on Sub-Brit as well. Can I just also talk about something that's really interesting above, which fascinates me, your area shelter?
Yeah.
So do you want to just give us some info on that, please?
So that's an old Second World War area shelter.
Yeah.
So for some reason I was interested in small spaces or unusual things, and I had an Anderson shelter.
Yeah.
I had an old Firewatch shelter.
Yeah, the Firewatch. Yeah.
Extremely hard to.
Yeah, console shelters you can call them. Yeah. Because there's one actually not too far away in Edenbridge Museum that I actually documented.
And another in the Imperial Museum.
Yeah. And there's one more that I know, which is in Ramsgate Museum for bizarre, but they're very. No, you don't. No.
They got mine in the salvage yard. Unfortunately, I moved down from Scotland. It was so heavy, I left it in the garden. Sorry, unfortunately. So, and this one outside here is an old Second World War shelter.
Because I've never seen one like that before. That's a really unusual shelter. Because, like, obviously most of you know as well, another playlist that I've got is lots of very unusual air raid shelters, and that one I've never seen anything like that before. No. Because it is very reminiscent of an Anderson shelter, but it's not. It's similar. Is it still made of steel, or what is it? It
should be steel.
Yeah.
I got it off eBay, and the information I had was in a country home.
Right.
Second World War, for sure.
Yeah. Do you think that was sort of made in parts like an Anderson shelter, do you reckon? Or was it hard to...
Maybe so, yes.
Might be so, yeah. That's beautiful. Obviously, you're seeing that now, obviously, over the top of what we're talking about. But, I mean, absolutely fascinating in here. And also, the beautiful thing that we notice is that sound, that ticking. So the sound of that ticking is obviously the... Do you want to explain that for us? So that's...
So this is the old lighting system.
Yeah.
And you can see it's not working now. The battery's not charged. And this had a single light in the day, and that's that light there. Not much light at all.
No.
And then I stuck some more lighting up, although like I said, at the moment there's no lighting in here yet.
And then obviously, like I said, this would have housed around 3 people.
3 people is the norm,
Yeah, and I like the way that Ginge obviously is a pro, because of the way he came down on this ROC post. They are quite an art to sort of come down into. You've got to be very experienced to. And I remember seeing some old footage, like I think it's like a British Parfait sort of film, or so, like people who are actually stationed ROC. They make them look so easy when you just sort of get in and out. It's just a way, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I've slept in here and everything. And
oh, really?
Exactly, yes.
What's the atmosphere like when you sleep down there? It must be very quiet, obviously.
It's quiet. It's the same temperature-wise. So
okay.
if it's in in the summer it's cool.
Yeah.
In the winter, you stick a candle on, and it's not so cold at all. You know, obviously the vents
The
there,
vents, yeah.
and another one on the other side.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Underneath the
yeah,
toilet, isn't it? Well, above it,
Yeah.
behind, yeah.
yeah. So it's not that cold at all, really. You know?
No.
If I stick a small stove on, I stick it outside here.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
It's remarkable, really. I mean, like I said, the fact that all this is, I mean, this is definitely, I mean, obviously Sophie can testify as well, like, this is definitely, like, the best condition one we've ever seen. And actually, even, I mean, sometimes you do see the original bunks, but obviously they're really rusted and corroded and stuff. I mean, that's, like, mint condition, basically. You must have been, so when you bought this, I mean, most of this was obviously here anyway, then, was it just cleaned up and stuff? Because I remember early photos, well, we talked about, were flooded, wasn't it, for a little bit? Or it was...
Yeah, no,
but
the previous guy was a bit of a, you know, he was interested in the ROC, so he did it all out. He had a lot of the equipment which I kind of had to purchase.
Yeah.
Although I couldn't store it down here, nothing expensive.
No, of course.
So I sold all that, so there's nothing left really of the main survey equipment or anything. You see.
No.
So yeah.
And the other thing is, just as a final mention, obviously there's a guest book which Sophie's going to sign for us as well, which is fantastic, and obviously it dates to what we've got and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for this, mate. Honestly, it's a pleasure. We're just going to take a little nosy around ourselves, and then we'll see you when we get to the top. Bye.
Doesn't look so sturdy, eh?
No. I would not want to go on that.
I've got a wet bum, but it's okay. Lean your back against it. That's it. Well done, Flower. You got it. Look at that, pro. Oh, almost. Yeah. Well done. Well, everybody, I need to sort of show you the air raid shelter, which is really, really cool. Just sort of saying to you about the air raid shelter. Just sort of saying this excites me just as much. Actually, if you come in, have a look at this. Look, so you've got what probably would have been a little light bulb, which I've never seen before in my life with one of these. So I say it's not an Anderson shelter, and then you've got a little switch there for a little plug. I've never seen an air raid shelter like this in my life.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And obviously that is part of the door, which looks like it would have been like a slide, sort of like a door, like a roller. Yeah, exactly. And then you can look up in a couple of shelves. I know a place called Bird's Nest. It sort of looks prefab, but it sort of doesn't, because there's lots of nuts and bolts sort of thing to hold it up. But I've never seen an air raid shelter like this. And it's kind of bizarre, because actually we'd normally probably do this as a separate video. So what we might do on this is put this in the air raid shelters video in playlist and the ROC, which is going to be both, which is never done before. Yeah, 2 for 1. What do you think of this one, Flower? It's cool, isn't it? It's just a really unusual air raid shelter. Like I said, it's got those Anderson shelter vibes, but it's just, like I said, it's got this sort of like prefab sort of type of design to it. It's remarkable. I love that. And obviously, as we sort of noticed up here as well, the condition is absolutely fantastic. And Ginge was saying that you've basically just sort of like relayed this, haven't you, really? You've pretty much...
I know it's a mess now, it's more of a mess. Yeah, so I put some trees in to kind of shield.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. So I said the only problem is obviously when you come here and you are a visitor, just make sure that there's not many of you, because there ain't much...
The number's there, you know, if you want to look, you know, give us a call, and, you know, I don't mind showing people around.
What I'll do, everybody, as well, is that I'll put in the about section, obviously, the number and the contact details, just if you do want to get in contact with Ginge in the about section, so feel free to check that out. Thank you so much, mate. Honestly, I'll shake your hand.
Yep.
Proper top bloke. Well done, Soph. Another one. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're great friends. Thank you, mate. It really means a lot.
If you're up north,
I
give us a
know,
call
yeah,
and
well,
I'll
we're going to
show
have to
you.
do it now. It's the best invite. I know, brilliant, really good invite. Well, look, thank you everybody for watching. Feel free to spread the word of the channel. Check out Sophie's Instagram page well for some hopefully beautiful photos of ROC Penshurst. And I can finally say, my most local ROC post, I can now tick off the list. Take care, everybody. Much love to all of you out there, because history matters. Thanks, mate, for everything. And take care, everybody. See ya.
See ya.